Hello everyone, I'm Daniel here and we're back with another WWE predictions video, and I'm going to do this as quickly as I can because it is Saturday and we are pretty much going to be watching WWE Backlash this Sunday, and that'll be tomorrow. And if you haven't watched any of my wrestling predictions before, well, this is how I usually do them. I make predictions two ways. Of who WWE have booked to win is who I think is going to win, and who I want to win, which is my own personal opinion. So without further ado, let's get on to the first match. And then the first match is going to be for the Intercontinental Championship, as the Intercontinental Champion Dirty Dominic Mysterio defends his title against Penta. Now, Penta has been having a lot of trouble with the Judgment Day of his late, and, with the fact that Penta has had multiple Intercontinental Championship shots. He went one-on-one against the Braun Breaker, but then, of course, the Judgment Day got involved with that, and he also was in part of that fatal four-way match at WrestleMania. Yes, he'll likely still wait for victory. Finn Balor would get pissed and then attack Dominic and beat him down. So that's what I think will happen there. So let's go back to this Penta versus Dominic Mysterio at Backlash. Who do I think is going to win? Dominic Mysterio. Who do I want to win? Penta. Just because it'll be great to see Penta win his first singles championship. Even though I very much doubt that it's going to happen. But anyway, let's go on to the next match. And the next match is going to be a fatal four-way match for the United States Championship, as Jacob Fatu will be defending his United States Championship against a former United States Champion in Damian Priest. I believe that Drew McIntyre is also a former United States champion, and also as well as LA Knight. Yeah. Now these four have been split. I can tell you this much, right? We had Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre who battled at WrestleMania, and they've had a rivalry, a big, huge rivalry as of late. That's going to collide. We've had Jacob Fatu colliding with Drew McIntyre, especially with the New Bloodline with Drew McIntyre. We've had LA Knight and the New Bloodline colliding for the United States Championship and WrestleMania. So we've had that colliding. We've had Damian Priest have his issues with the Bloodline and Jacob Fatu. So all of these people, including with the fact that Damian Priest cost LA Knight a chance to face Jacob Fatu, meaning that technically should be Drew McIntyre to face Jacob Fatu. So all of these reasonings of why we've got this fatal four-way match, well, it's simple. You might as well, with all the issues in the ring, it might as well be the fatal four-way. So I love fatal four-ways, and it can be anyone out of these four to win, but with the fact that the champion doesn't have to be pinned or submitted to lose the championship, there is no disqualifications in these fatal four-way matches. But a lot of the time with fatal four-ways and triple threat matches or multi-man matches, I think some of the wrestlers actually forget that for some reason. But I feel like Jacob Fatu will absolutely destroy LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre and retain the United States Championship. But who do I want to win this match? After everything that he's been through, I generally would like to see Drew McIntyre win another singles championship after being screwed over from the last time he was a singles champion. So yeah, I think Jacob Fatu, but I want Drew McIntyre. Let's get on to the next match. And the next match is not for a championship. I think it's the only match at Backlash that isn't for a championship. However, let me let me gather myself up to remind you all what has happened to get this match. It is going to be Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Now, at WrestleMania, for the second year in a row, Gunther lost at WrestleMania. For the second year in a row. The first time he lost the Intercontinental Championship to Sami Zayn. And then the second time at WrestleMania 41, he lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Jey Uso. Which meant everybody has loved Jey Uso winning this championship, even the commentary team. Now, the commentary team are meant to be very much biased. Or should I say non-biased, I beg your pardon. But this time they were biased. As we know how much Pat McAfee loves to yeet, and so does Michael Cole. And of course, with the fact that Gunther tapped out to Jey Uso, they had to mention it on Monday Night Raw. And of course, because they reminded Gunther that he tapped out to Jey Uso at WrestleMania 41, Gunther just couldn't take it anymore, and he grabbed Michael Cole by the tie and was like, "Hey, don't you fucking mention the fact that I lost the championship, huh? You think you missed the big shot?" He pulled his headset off, and he actually was very much ready to put him in the sleeper hold. But thankfully, Pat McAfee was there to save his best friend, and he was starting to attack Gunther, and he went and waiting on him. Boom, boom, boom. And that, of course, then the security and the backstage people came down to save, to save Gunther, but to stop everything from breaking down. But of course, as Pat McAfee turned his back to go back and sit down, he got attacked by Gunther and got choked out by Gunther. Then, of course, the following week, Pat McAfee was like, "Hey, it was my dream to become a professional wrestler. Ever since day one, I've been dreaming of becoming a professional wrestler, just like you, Gunther." And from there on out, he was like, "I'm going to challenge you to a match at Backlash, because nobody lays a hand on my best friend right here, who's been here for over 20 years in this business. And I'm gonna, beat you down." Or in the words of Pat McAfee, "beat you down." That sounded Australian. "I'm gonna beat you down," or whatever he says. But anyway, we got it. Backlash, Gunther versus Pat McAfee. Well, my speech about this match is gonna be longer than the match that's going to happen between Gunther and Pat McAfee, because the last time Pat McAfee was in a match, it was at WrestleMania, and he took on VKM. And I'm not going to say his name here, because... But VKM, he whooped his ass, thanks to Austin Theory. So yeah, if some 70-year-old man can beat Pat McAfee, then someone in their prime can choke him out in a matter of seconds. Who do I think is going to win? Gunther. Who would I really, 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 really would like to see win? Pat McAfee. Now, I don't like this guy's commentary, and I don't personally like the way he commentates, and I would love to see... In fact, I changed my mind. I want Gunther to just whoop his ass. Yeah, I think, and I want Gunther to win this match. It's as simple as that. And well, speaking of whooping somebody's ass, we go on to the next match. And the next match is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, as the first inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria, will go on to defend her title against her mentor, Becky Lynch. Now, at WrestleMania, it was supposed to be Bayley and Lyra Valkyria to take on the Women's Tag Team Champions, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, of course, one of the kickoff shows, or the countdown show, to WrestleMania 41, Bayley got took out. Boom. So, that means that Lyra needed a brand new tag team partner. That person was Becky Lynch. So, she saved the day. They had that matchup. They won the women's tag team titles. And the next week on Raw, they had a rematch. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, they got the titles back. But then Becky Lynch didn't like the fact that she lost, so she took out with not just one, not two, but three, maybe four manhandle slams onto Lyra Valkyria. And she then went on to explain the following week that it was her that took out Bayley because in the past Bayley has been a bitch to Becky. Fair point. With the amount of trash and the word rubbish or what was thrown out in that promo, I'd like to say, Becky, you can do better than that. I don't know who wrote that promo for you. I'm sorry, but the words rubbish, trash, recycling in the same fucking promo for about 500 times does not do it for me. You can go on and talk about Bayley being being a thorn in your side all this time and she deserves to be attacked. Makes sense. But the fact that Lyra Valkyria didn't understand that reasoning and was like, you know what, I'll take you on, I'll defend my title against you, and now here we have Backlash in the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Lyra versus Becky. Who do I think is going to win? Lyra, because, we've only just had a brand new Women's United States Champion in Selena Vega. I think Lyra needs to have a longer reign than Chelsea Green, the former Women's United States Champion. But to complete the list of championships that Becky Lynch has held, it would be interesting to see her win this. So that's why I love Becky and I would want her to win this matchup. So, yeah. But, with the fact that Lyra and Becky are probably going to have a long-lasting feud. Speaking of long-lasting feuds, we'll go on to the next match. Well, I said we was going to have a long-lasting feud. This long-lasting feud has been going on for centuries. Well, not literally. It's decades. Over 25 years of this feud. John Cena as the babyface and Randy Orton as the heel for the majority of this rivalry. Now the tables are turned. It is John Cena as the heel and Randy Orton as the babyface. Now, we've had multiple occasions where Randy Orton has faced John Cena for that very same WWE Championship. Sometimes John Cena's been the champ. Sometimes Randy Orton's been the champ. Sometimes it's been for number one contenders matches. This is a blood feud without a doubt. These two know each other very, very well. But this may be the last time we see John Cena Backlash. In fact, it is the last time we see John Cena at Backlash. This is going to be the last time we see John Cena at St. Louis, Missouri, the hometown of my favorite WWE wrestler of the modern day era, Randy Orton. In fact, he has been my favorite ever since I saw Randy Orton build his way up from 2002. Like no pun intended, the evolution of Randy Orton has just made me feel like that this guy is going to go places, and he has. He's a 14-time world champion. John Cena is a 17-time world champion. Now, will Randy Orton become a 15-time world champion and beat John Cena here? I don't think so. Because this John Cena is a John Cena that will do anything to retain that WWE Championship. He said he's going to go all the way to December and be the very last and true world champion. He's also said that some of the next person that they're going to get as the champion will be a fake plastic toy champion, because he will be the last true champion. Now, what do I think is going to happen? Most likely, because with the fact that every single SmackDown and Raw that we've had Randy Orton, RKO, John Cena out of nowhere, and leaving John Cena lying on his back. But at Backlash at St. Louis, it's going to be the opposite. I think he will hit that RKO, and it will be a 3 count. In fact, it'll be a fucking 10 count, because I know what's going to happen. The referee will get knocked out. He'll get hit with the John Cena will get hit with the RKO. He'll hit him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He'll get off of John Cena. He'll go outside where the referee is laying down, try and wake him up. And as he, gets him back into his feet, and he's still groggy, and he's trying to shake off the cobwebs, as they say, he gets slidden in. I think a random Travis Scott who's probably coming from the crowd will slide the WWE Championship in the ring. John Cena will hit him with it, and the referee won't see it. He'll slide it back outside. He'll get a 2 count, because that's just Randy. And of course, maybe we'll have an old-fashioned, maybe brass knuckles right to the face, and an attitude adjustment. 1, 2, 3, still WWE Undisputed Champion, John Cena. But that's who I think is going to win, John Cena. Who do I want to win? Randy Keith Orton. Yep, Mr. RKO himself. He could easily swerve that RKO, swerve that attitude adjustment, swerve that FU, whatever you like to call it, and actually hit him with an RKO that is so deadly that it knocks him out for the 3 count, maybe even punt his head off and become the champion for a 15th time. But we will find out, ladies and gentlemen. As that is that for this predictions of this particular match. And that is it for this predictions for Backlash live at St. Louis, Missouri. I feel like it's going to be good. I'm going to watch it tomorrow to find out who wins these matches. Are there going to be any more matches added on? Probably not. But yeah, the Backlash from WrestleMania 41 will start tonight. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time for the WWE Backlash review, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this one, then feel free to watch the previous one. And if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the playlist that's on the screen now. Also, feel free to like, share, and subscribe.